Personal wellness. Hi, I'm Leah,
I'm Michelle.
and today's video blog is about personal wellness. So what about when? We were just commenting at, what was the comment? It's all about the happy.
It's all about the happy,
And then I said,
whatever it is.
Sometimes it's not all about the happy. We'd like it to be all about the happy, but that's not necessarily the truth. So we go through life a lot of times actually just letting stuff roll off of us and trying to be lighthearted and easygoing about many things, and that's how we survive. But at a really basic level, we actually do need to grieve losses in our lives and changes.
Yes, we do.
So have any of you had significant loss or change? Some examples of that might be
Loss of a loved one, critical illness, where maybe that's impacted your ability to live a lifestyle that you've been accustomed to.
loss of an important relationship, like a divorce, say, in your family.
Absolutely. It could be something like losing a pet. It's really hard to define because grief is so unique to each one of us.
Damn goldfish. Damn goldfish. But that's where I go to too. I go to the lighthearted to get through things. So on a serious note, I'm sure some of you have actually been through some very critical illness times in your life, either with your family or a friend or a loved one, and that at those times you may find yourself at a loss for words, or the people around you at a loss for words of a way to actually support you. So we're going to do this blog in two parts. Today, we're going to talk about how to help a grieving friend, and then tomorrow we'll talk about some personal situations that have caused us grief in our lives. So this segment might take a little bit longer, but it's one of the things I think in life that people avoid because it's uncomfortable and people don't know what to say. Would you say that's...
I would agree. It's easier to deny or numb out and just not be present in the moment.
Right. So if you have a child or a loved one or a friend that has either lost a goldfish or lost a spouse, the skills of dealing with that person and attending to them are very much the same. It's not about the loss. It's about your response to the loss and how you're going to help them. So Michelle, what would you say are the important things to pay attention to as a friend?
Absolutely.
Or a parent?
I think it's just important that we're open and we're listening and we're just present. It's not that we have to do things, although that's nice too.
Right. So being present means what? What does that look like?
Just like we are right now. If you have something to share, if you want to sit in silence, just being here in whatever capacity that you need.
Right. So one of the things about being
Right.
present and attending to people is actually being able to have eye contact with them. And it might seem like a really simple thing, but it's one of the things people don't do that they're uncomfortable with. So if you're attending to somebody, learn the skill of actual heartfelt understanding, which is making eye contact and asking questions. Understand how they're feeling. So some examples of good questions. Let's just use a goldfish, death of a goldfish, because that's actually pretty lighthearted.
Absolutely.
So what would be some questions that you could ask somebody who's lost their goldfish, your child, or a friend's child?
How are you feeling about that today?
I'm feeling sad.
What makes it sad for you?
I looked at my goldfish every day and watched him swimming. He was an upside down swimming goldfish.
So
We had one of those,
No.
incidentally, yes.
So it was really an important part of your day.
Walter was a very important part of the day because he was just different, right? He was different than all the other goldfish.
Absolutely.
Made me peaceful. I'm a pretty intellectual child. Okay.
So what can we do to honor Walter? What would make you feel good?
I don't really know. I don't know anything about funerals because I'm 5.
Fine.
Should we flush him down the toilet?
Yes.
Ah!
That might be traumatic.
Might be a little much.
Yes.
What might be better ways to honor Walter the goldfish?
Okay, we're going outside.
No, we're not. I think that I think that we're not, because I actually do think it's difficult to help people through grief, because you do need to attend to what they need. So they might say, "Let's put Walter in my room for 3 days." That's not going to happen, right? Because Walter's going to start smelling. Not healthy. So it's helping people to grieve in a healthy way, is honoring their stories, listening to their stories about the loved and departed one. Also helping them to not get caught up, though, in reliving it so much that they don't get on with living life. So giving them things to look forward to as well. So honoring the story of Walter, but honoring the story of whatever's going to be the most next exciting thing. Saying goodbye in an appropriate way. But the most important thing, and Michelle, you said this, is actually listening to people, and that people often will just disengage, not attend, not make time for other people, cut them off, or they'll say, oh, I lost a goldfish. I know exactly what that's like.
Or I'm fine.
No, you don't. You didn't have Walter. You don't know anything about my fish. Stop saying that. It's insulting. Stop insulting me and hurting my feelings. And people do it all the time.
They do.
Or they minimize and go, oh,
I'm fine. It's good.
you'll be okay.
You're fine.
And you'll be okay. Just like, get over it. Really? How do you know how I'll be? And actually, you're insulting me again and hurting my feelings. Now I'm going to be resentful too. You're resentful that you didn't care enough to actually take the time to listen to me about my Walter. And I'm guilty of this too, ladies. So it's not like I'm a saint. So this is the after the fact learning about how to deal with things. So we'd encourage you to think about that. And if you have any stories about your own grief and things that actually helped you and were meaningful to you when you had a loss or a change that caused you to need to grieve, then we'd love to hear about those experiences, because it's things that people don't talk about, and that we actually do need to honor those stories and honor those just the path of grief. So thank you for your time today, and tomorrow we'll talk about our personal journeys with grief.
Absolutely.